Hi everyone, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
So Roland's telling me here about an article he read this morning. Will you sum it up in a couple of sentences?
Yeah, it's talking about with all the good sides to the fitness trackers like FitBits, Jawbones, Apple Watch, that kind of stuff. There's some downsides to it as well. Usually comes down to being obsessive compulsive behavior about what the Fitbit or whatever is telling you.
Well, I would say that there's a couple of ways to look at that, right? Everything has a dark side. Remember when food scales became popular and we all started weighing our food?
And you had to weigh everything.
Yeah, and then you're like,
bring it to the restaurant.
They're like, oh my God, I can't eat out now, right? So every device has a dark side. And we just wanted to stick up for our favorite fitness trackers and say a couple of good words about it. First, your fitness tracker is like a pocket coach that gets to talk to you about your habits. If I come to your job and I say you're being lazy, you've been sitting down all day, you've only walked, a mile in 16 hours, you'll be like, I don't really like you right now. But when your device tells you, hey, you haven't really moved and you've been sitting all day, and you know what, you think you're sleeping 8 hours, but you're actually sleeping 6, it's really eye-opening, and it helps you have a reality check with your habits. Are you really walking as much as you think you're walking? Are you really sleeping as well as you think you're sleeping? So your fitness tracker is a second set of eyes. It's an objective, kind of a more objective way to get real about your habits. And then if one of those habits doesn't serve you, then you can change or you can do something about it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Some of the things that we've done in the past, like I've had a Fitbit since it first came out, and it's been quite a few years now. And periodically I found that my behavior was I wasn't like going along with what I wasn't using the Fitbit as a tool to help me meet my goals. I was letting the Fitbit drive me. And I would
So
obsess.
That was the dark side.
That was my dark side, right? And so eventually I decided, well, maybe I should take a break. And the first time it was because I lost it. I couldn't find it. And nowadays with the Bluetooth technology, Bluetooth finders, it's really easy to find them again. So that's another downside. So I would periodically take a break. And you just took a break.
Yep.
Right?
I just took close to a 2.5 month break from my Fitbit. It stopped charging, and so I was like, you know what, that's a great time to take a break. I also take breaks from it when I travel. And
it's still not fat.
Oh my God, right? I still maintain my weight despite. But what I know, because of having a tracker all this time, is I know how many steps cleaning the house is, or I know how far work is, right? So you kind of develop this internal tracker that tells you how much is enough in a day, and you sort of calibrate yourself to it.
Well, one of the best things is that these fitness trackers are a way to get you from a bad habit closer to a good habit, and so it's a teaching tool. But then consider that you might only need to wear it a couple days a week or monitor yourself periodically. You don't have to wear this thing 24/7 once you've established that good habit.
Yeah, and something that I really want to emphasize here is the difference between using a device to become aware of your habits versus using a device to tell you how you're doing. Only you know how you're doing. Only you know if you have enough energy today. Only you know if that was enough sleep. That's your internal kind of embodied sense. What the device may tell you is that you haven't reached your goal of however many arbitrary steps you put in there, but maybe you have reached your goal of how much you could move today or how much you wanted to move today. Yesterday we walked a ton, and yet at the end of the day we walked some more because we felt like walking. I could have looked at my Fitbit in the middle of the day and said, you know what, that's enough for today. And then there would be all this internal energy and drive to walk that I couldn't have honored if I just looked at a number. So don't let the device become how you're doing. You need to know how you're doing, but use the device A as a way to become clear about your habits, or B as a way to reach a goal. Say that you want to sleep a little bit more, use your device to track whether you're actually doing what you think you're doing. Does that make sense?
It does. And don't use this device and the challenges that come with it, whether it's a personal challenge or challenging a friend, to drive you into the more is better mentality. I was in a little FitBit work week challenge recently, and I got a reasonable amount of steps in. I was like 4th place because I had a really good amount of steps, and I tried hard to maintain with these guys. But some of these people had twice as many steps as I did, and you look at how much these people must have walked on a daily basis to get those number of steps, and it probably is verging on an unhealthy mentality about fitness.
Well, in a way, you know, we were talking earlier how your tracker is like a coach in your pocket. And just like I hope you can tell your coach at your gym that they're driving you too fast or too much and you have some knee pain after workouts, so you can tell yourself in your own device that, you know, you own your device. You can just leave it at home, or you can recalibrate your goals. You can just tell it like you tell a good coach, and hopefully you listen.
Absolutely.
Is that it?
That's it for me.
That's it. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.